Welcome to the channel. This is Patty's Aquatics, and I am Patty. So today what I want to do is talk about and give an update of my resurrection tank. Now, that is the aquarium, the 2.5 gallon aquarium where I went down to a local waterway. I collected a big old jar of leaf litter that was at the bottom of a local river, and I brought it home. Now, instead of setting up a resurrection jar to observe and watch, my idea was to put it in this 2.5 gallon tank, but set it up as a tank. I put in some sand substrate, I put in a little bit of dorsage, and then I poured the contents of that jar into that aquarium and I just let it sit. Now it's been up and running for probably, I don't know, at least 2 months now. And a lot of things have changed within it. And I really want to give you guys an update and show you just how cool it is looking and how good it's doing. So let's turn this camera around and let's go take a look at it. So this is that resurrection aquarium. Now I'll put the link above for the original video for this thing. Now I really have been calling it the nature tank to me lately because really it is just packed full of nature. Now some things that you might notice that have changed since that original video a couple months ago is, well, one, the dorsage. That is really taken off within this aquarium. I started with, I think it was like 2 stalks or so in the very back, and that has sprouted out, as you can see, throughout this entire aquarium. And it will continue to do so, which is a good thing because it is a natural filter in this aquarium with no mechanical filtration. Other than that, all I have is a little bit of an air line in here just to shoot some air into here. Now, from the research that I did read, I believe that these aquatic isopods that are in and flourishing everywhere within this aquarium, they do appreciate a little bit of oxygen, which does make some sense because in past resurrection jars I've had where I've had these things in them, they always wound up dying. I never had air in those resurrection jars themselves. Where here they are flourishing, and I will show you that in a little bit. Now, the other thing that you might notice that is different is, well, look at the leaf litter. This leaf litter has been completely broken down, and I'll show a little clip from when it was when I first set this thing up. And it has been broken down and eaten by, well, all the inhabitants within this aquarium. There are so many different types of inhabitants. It's very cool just to watch. And well, to zoom you in a little bit, these aquatic isopods, for one, are just flourishing in here. And what's really cool is if you just hold still and just watch this leaf litter, all the life, this leaf litter comes alive with life. It's moving everywhere and it's moving with life. Now, these aquatic isopods are probably the main inhabitants within this aquarium, but there are other things too. I have just recently found a few scuds in here, which I've never had before, which is cool to know that they were in that jar as well. Plenty of seed shrimp and copeds, and I've seen some detritus worms yet. I saw one right there. Here's doing the wiggly dance, wiggly dance, wiggly dance. So yeah, there's all kinds of things in here living. So my favorite thing to do with this tank really is when I just come down here and I just sit here and stare and just watch. Watch all the things move around. See if I can see something new that I hadn't seen before. And just really watch the behavior, especially these isopods. They're very cool. Especially when I started to see the different multiple generations of isopods in here from them breeding. So what I want to do at some point yet today here is I want to put some more leaf litter in here. For these creatures, for these isopods and everything else living in here, because that is their food source. That, and it also gives them more places to hide, more places to forage, and maybe want to breed some more. So that's going to lead me to this. What do I plan on doing yet with this aquarium? Well, originally my thought was to take some of this leaf litter and add it to my original aquariums with this life into it. But I've kind of changed directions on my thought process on that. And I'm really just going to keep this as a tank as itself. Now, I do plan on potentially culturing some of these organisms in here for food sources for some of my fish, especially these isopods, if they continue to breed like they are. My thought is I want to get a little bit more generations of them breeding in here, and then I would like to take some of them and put them in some of my tanks. Some of the fish will eat them, some of them might not. But if they can grow and get to the full size here like this one, like some of the fish like my rice fish and white clouds, they shouldn't eat them. but they could eat their babies. And if they could thrive in some of my other aquariums and have these little guys and ones that are smaller come out, that could be a food source for my fish. And that these guys could still populate these aquariums and live within it, do their job helping to clean up the bottom, but yet giving life and food to the other fish, which that's the food web, guys. That is what my plan is long term with these guys. And just kind of see where it goes. This tank itself, like I said, it's something ultra fun to watch. I absolutely love everything about it. It's still one of my favorite aquariums that come down here. When I moved it on the end of this rack here, like I said in a past video, that's I can see it at all sides now, to be able to watch it from every angle, to really see what's going on was the whole purpose of this aquarium to begin with. And truthfully, it does not disappoint. There are so many things in here that I see daily that just amaze me. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So that being said, let's get a little bit of leaf litter in here and let's feed these guys a little bit of leaves and give them a little more hiding spots. All right, so we added some more of that leaf litter within this aquarium. That should be good now for a couple months again for them to kind of forage on, break down, hide in, breed within. Like I said, I absolutely love this tank. I highly recommend, if you're somebody that is interested in this type of part of nature within the hobby of really collecting some of this stuff from the wild and watching them grow, and just if you want to culture them or whatever, if you have a spare little tank around, just grab a handful of stuff from a local waterway and throw some sand or gravel in there and some plants and dump it in and just watch this stuff really just grow and breed. And it blows my mind, really, just be able to watch this stuff and to be able to incorporate some of this stuff within our own aquariums too is just it's just inspiring to know that we can bring some of nature within our home aquariums and really enjoy what's out there that people really don't think about very often. And I think that's very cool on top of it. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already to the channel. I appreciate it a lot. And always remember to think outside the box. Take a step back into nature. I hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.